History is not just what happened, it's also what almost did. This is the roads not taken. There are moments in history that feel inevitable, as if the world could only unfold in one way. Wars, empires, revolutions. They seem like the result of powerful forces moving forward without stopping. But history is not as certain as it appears, because behind every event we remember, there are countless others that almost happened. Decisions that were never made, opportunities that were missed, moments that could have changed everything, but didn't, or almost didn't. In the early 20th century, Europe stood on the edge of something fragile. Powerful empires controlled vast lands, each one proud, ambitious, and deeply suspicious of the others. The Austro-Hungarian Empire stretched across Central Europe. The German Empire was rising fast. The Russian Empire loomed in the east. Alliances had been formed, but trust was weak. It was a continent balanced on uncertainty, a place where even the smallest moment could send history down a completely different path. At the center of this fragile world stood Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne. His future decisions had the power to shape the empire and influence millions of lives. To some, he represented stability, to others, control. In regions like Bosnia, where many dreamed of independence, his presence symbolized a future they refused to accept. Among those who wanted change were a group of young men, not generals, not leaders, but idealists. They believed history could be forced in a new direction, that one act could break the power of an empire. One of them was Gavrilo Princip. Quiet, determined, and willing to sacrifice everything, he believed he stood at a turning point, a moment where history itself could choose a different path. The plan was simple, but fragile. Several conspirators would position themselves along the route where the Archduke's car would pass. If one failed, another would act. It was a plan built on timing, courage, and chance. On June 28, 1914, the Archduke arrived in Sarajevo. The streets were filled with people, unaware that history itself was approaching a crossroads. As the motorcade moved through the city, the conspirators waited. Each one faced the same silent question: act now, or let the moment disappear forever. Then, suddenly, the first attempt was made. A bomb was thrown, but it failed. It missed its target, exploding behind the car instead. The Archduke survived. In that instant, it seemed the path had already been chosen. The opportunity was gone. History would continue as expected, or so it seemed. After the failed attack, the Archduke chose to continue his visit. Later, he planned to visit those who had been injured. It was a decision meant to show control. But history does not always follow intention. Sometimes it turns in silence, through mistakes no one expects. As the car moved again through the streets of Sarajevo, the driver made a wrong turn. A simple error. A small moment. The car slowed down, then stopped. And in that exact place, by pure coincidence, stood Gavrilo Princip. Just minutes earlier, everything had seemed lost. The plan had failed. The moment had passed. But now, unexpectedly, history stood still. Two paths, once separated, had crossed again, one leading nowhere, the other leading somewhere no one could fully imagine. Princip didn't hesitate. He stepped forward, raised his gun, and fired. 2 shots. In seconds, the Archduke and his wife were dead. And in that moment, history chose its path. What followed was not immediate, but it was unstoppable. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia. Alliances were activated. Nations were pulled into conflict. Within weeks, Europe was at war. A war that would kill millions, destroy empires, and reshape the future of the world. All from a moment that almost didn't happen. And that is what makes this story impossible to ignore. Because when we look back, we see how fragile it all was. What if the bomb had succeeded earlier? What if the Archduke had cancelled his visit? What if the driver had not made that wrong turn? What if Princip had walked away just minutes before? Each of those possibilities is a different path, a different world, a different history. But none of them happened. History followed one road and left countless others behind. Unseen, unexplored, forgotten. These are the roads not taken.